So here we go. Here's the split mountains, and I think the temple thing is something... Yeah, there's a cave. That's where we want to be. Coming in for a landing. Donk. How's it going, guys? John here from the Killer Bits, and today we are soaring amongst the clouds as we take a look at AER, Memories of Old, from the team at Forgotten Key. And this is being published by Daedalic Entertainment. Obviously, Daedalic, most known for kind of doing point-and-click adventure games, but they do some unusual stuff, and this figures into that kind of category. This is a exploration game with some very light kind of 3D puzzle platforming elements in there. But the biggest draw of this is the way it looks and the way it plays. And we're going to hit continue, and I will show you what's going on. So like I said, it is an exploration game of sorts, but it's built on exploring these floating islands. And you might ask, how do we explore floating islands? Well, we are this girl here. I think her name is Orc or something like that. A-U-K or something like that. But she has an ability. She can turn into a bird and we can soar amongst the clouds. So this is a very pretty game. It's got that, what I class as the kind of low poly Unity chic look to it, where it does all these kind of very soft pastel tones. It's obviously very low poly, but it does it in a very pretty way. It doesn't look like the chunky games of old, of like N64 and PS1 era. But it does this very kind of pretty, subtle look to it all. And this is essentially what the game is. We get to explore these floating islands, and we actually start off over here. If I can turn the camera around a little. So we're going to transform back again. So you can transform at the push of a button. It basically on the gamepad, it's essentially doing a double jump. And on keyboard and mouse, it's jumping and then pressing E button. So yeah, we are this girl. She's out on a pilgrimage, and she goes into like a little temple in this cave. It may be a little caved in now, but in doing so, we find a magic lantern. This one here. And in doing so, we're giving a mission, because we get to see all these creepy guys. Yes, we get to explore what has happened in the past, try and understand what is going on in this world, why we're on these like broken floating islands, and actually save nature itself from the void. So there's this impending doom brought about by man's humanity, warring spirits and all that kind of thing. And we do this by tackling some kind of very simple puzzle dungeons. And as I said, this is essentially the starting area, but we can have a look at the map here. So we're over there where you can see the little arrow pointer, and it goes all the way over there. I've been playing this for about an hour and a half, and I think I'm like a third of the way through, so it's a reasonably short game, but you can wander aimlessly as much as you like. Well, I say wander, you soar and float and fly. Though I wouldn't say it is actually flying, mostly it's gliding, because I mean we can flap a little, but it doesn't give us a massive amount of speed. What gives us speed is dive bombing, and then pulling up. We can soar and pull hard turns and things like that. So it's almost got that kind of, what was the Ubisoft VR flying game? It was like Eagle Flight or something like that. And this is the settlement, which I haven't actually explored yet. So let's land. There's no fall damage. There's no real impending doom other than, the world's going to die type thing. Though I will say, one thing I've picked out from this is it kind of reminds me of like the moral messages you get in something like the Studio Ghibli films. It's very much man versus nature, and we have these kind of animal spirits to save. So every so often we will see a little Tails the Fox type thing showing up in the world. And there's statues to all these kind of animal gods and that. But, as I said, I had missed out this area. I've recently spoken to these guys. There's a lot of kind of talking to people and finding scrolls, and the bits of the story are revealed in that. So Medvian is still searching for clues in the old texts in the cave here in the camp. Should you be looking for him? I think some rest would be good, do him good. He has been at it since Karen's shrine caved in. So that was the shrine we were at. He seems to be enjoying spending time with the stones in there, though. To get him out is like trying to convince one of the rocks to do the same. I don't think we will find answers there. The tablets aren't written in the same language as other texts from the ancients. It's an old language reserved for the ancient scholars. I know Medvin is wise and knows some of it, but it will take years to go through it all. Maybe you could find out more on your pilgrimage. The Eventine Sanctuary is the closest and is found northwest of here. I think I've probably already been there. As I said, I've explored a reasonable amount of the map. But I haven't been in this cave yet. I basically just... As soon as I found out I could fly, I just took off and I floated away, essentially. So this is a mystery to me. I'm presuming there's a little bit of puzzling in this cave. It tends to be... The 3D puzzle platforming element is in the caves, whereas the exploration is going amongst all the floating islands. No, it's just talk to this dude, probably. There you go. Hello! Welcome back, Orc! Come look at this! I think I know what you found. The keys to the caretakers. They are described as glowing symbols. So it warped into the lantern, you say? Spectacular! It pains me I can't go with you, but my back would pain me more. What? You actually used the key? It makes sense they would open the temples, I suppose. But I think my apprentice would converse with the caretakers in person. We all believe the gods were either in eternal slumber or perished. Our prayers have always been to the spirits of the skies and lands and to our ancestors. I have a bad feeling, child, but if one was still slumbering, you should search for the other caretakers. Questions need answers before it's too late. It seems big changes are coming to our world, and I see you as my own daughter, Orc. Be careful out there, promise me as much. So can we actually read this? Yes, we can. Can't read this. It's written in a language I don't know, and much of it is broken and almost unreadable anyway. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of these tablets dotted around the world. There's like scrolls with ancient parchment. And is this going to just pop us out the other side of the island? Or is this going to take us further down? I don't know. So the loading times between the scenes is reasonably long. As I said, it has got this kind of... It is done in Unity and is coming to most platforms. So it's coming to PC, PS4 and Xbox One. And it runs pretty smoothly. Occasionally I've had a few stutters and jumps and things like that. But it seems to run pretty smoothly. And let's go and worry the sheep over here. Oh, it's got little lambs. Oh, love. Love. Oh. So there are bunches of animals you can not so much interact with, but they're as I said, there's very much this feel of, you know, man versus nature. The world is in turmoil. It doesn't seem it here. This is quite serene and pleasant. But as we go out and explore more of the islands, you can see man's effect on the world. So that's the lighthouse people keep describing, though we can't interact with it at the moment. If we take off, if we go and have a look at the temple, there we go. It says this must be the lighthouse. It doesn't seem to do anything right now. I should come back here later. So clearly we need to open up all the temples, then we can come back here. That seems the most logical. So let's head... Well, where can I go? Let's have a look at the map. Let's go... Head to the east. I've done that one. I've done... That's it, the Split Mountain. Let's head all the way north. And we'll follow the path east, then north. And because I don't think I've done anything in the Split Mountain yet. So I can actually show you, presumably, a temple there. So we need to head east. And there should... Yeah, you can kind of follow a path. You can see, you know, a few islands in the distance. That normally indicates, well, this is roughly the path we need to go. Some of the little islands are quite sparse. I mean, some have things like this. Oh, no. I missed it. There you go. You can see a giant deer god type thing on there. So there's these statues, and occasionally you will see these little floating symbols which indicate there is a person here. Great spirits of the woods, hear our prayers. Guide us safely to she who has been entrusted in your ways and the ways of the old. Like I said. So, like I said, there is this very kind of almost Studio Ghibli feel to it. But there's not a lot to interact with out here on the floating islands. It's mostly the interaction stuff comes when we go into the temples. So let's head in this direction. We can have a peek at all the different islands. Each has each area has a slight different feel. So we'll move into like a slightly different biome. And this one had a puzzle involved to open up the shrine or temple, whatever it was. Essentially meant flying through these gates. Here we go. Leafer's Grove. So we had to activate a key and then fly through these gates. There was like 3 of them, and then it opened up like a shrine or a temple under the giant tree here. It's, as I said, it's this very nature-orientated thing. But we need to continue heading north now, I think. Yep. Let's follow the path of all the trees, all the floating islands. And I will say, this is very pretty, very serene and calming. And like I said, you can pretty much go anywhere. You can see a giant tower thing there, which I've just recently found. But I've not explored yet, because I don't think I'm supposed to be here yet. There is no kind of gating of objects. The Creator's Shrine. There we go. No fall damage either. There you go. I don't think we can go through the doors. No. We're clearly going to have to open up all the temples first before we can come here. But this is like this central objective, it seems. Can't use my torch to do anything. No. Yeah, clearly we're going to have to open up all the temples first. So let's find where we're supposed to be heading next. As I said, I think it was called the Split Mountains or something. And it's kind of in this direction. Are we going in the right direction? Yes, we are. So I would imagine this will be a good one to just to chill out with. I mean, it doesn't ask a lot of you. The puzzling is reasonably simple. So here we go. Here's the Split Mountains, and I think the temple thing is something... Yeah, there's a cave. That's where we want to be. Coming in for a landing. Dunk. And this is what I was saying about occasionally you'll find bits of lore and, you know, information about what's going on in little scrolls like this. I am Ura, the guardian of the land of gods. I made this record so that my children and children's children may remember. On the day of the Great Divide, when our world shattered, I was still a child. I remember sitting at the white stairs of the southern city of Uza. We had planned to journey to the west, but since the God King had waged war on our cities, our lands were not safe anymore, and we stayed inside the city walls. The God King Kuruk, he was called, had built horrible weapons, flying machines of raining fire. We always thought them far away, or even empty rumours. So yeah, as you go along, and that you will see more and more references to this God King. I mean, I saw those kind of ghostly spirit people waging war on one of the islands, all praising the God King, and then I found a temple where people were mining ore, which I think is, you know, the title of the game, AER, the special resource they were mining. So it's all linked, all the stories there, but the story seems pretty light. It's there if you want to explore it. Otherwise, it's mostly about just flying amongst the clouds and then exploring these small little dungeons, which aren't particularly perilous. We'll put our torch on just in case it helps us along the way. So the fact that there's an easy slope up means there's probably some jumping puzzles. Well, I mean, all the puzzles are based on essentially jumping. It's normally a lot of floating rocks and things like that we have to deal with. Also, what are you, statue? Nope, missed it. See, there's no fall damage, so we're never at any risk. But I'm going to see if that statue is anything, if it's just a... Let's see if we can... No, I was trying to jump at the last minute to see if I can make it across, but it might be, you know, just a bit of set decoration. One last try, and if not, we'll progress with the puzzle. Alright, ready? No, not quite enough space. I mean, we can't do the double jump and fly indoors, so don't expect to do that. Although I can see people's... Yeah, here we go. What are you? People around a campfire. Okay. So some of them have like little, you know, speech bubbles and talk. Others don't. Right. Let's get higher. So like I said, I don't know where exactly we're going, what the puzzle in this area is going to involve doing. But it is just, you know, jumping from platform to platform. There is some time jumping. I mean, some of the puzzles I've seen, you know, there's been floating platforms, there's been platforms that move up and down and that. So there's a giant... Oh, it's the twin-tailed fox thing. No, we're not going to be able to jump up there. Oh, I almost missed it. Oh, there's another one. It's a white one. I've never seen one like that before. Ah, it's the giant spirity type one. Hello again, my wandering friend. How kind of you to visit an old fox's den. It's quite empty, don't you think? No, not the den, the land of gods. Not as many animals anymore, nor as many spirits. Lifla is still in her cave, it seems, and the old spirit bear moves from cave to cave in the north. But there were more once. See, a fish, a crane. The spirit fish lived in the rivers and pools around the Twilight Lake. His last gift to us is the water that never stops flowing. Without it, we would have been lost a long time ago. And the spirit crane, she helped guide the last priests and priestesses north during the Great Divide. She was hunted down by Kuruk's men as they mistook her for a swan. Fools! As they declined, so are we declining. All we can do now is ask questions, and I have two for you. Why the Great Divide, and why you wander in search of answers, little wanderer? Thank you for your company. It is such a long time ago. But finish your quest now, or else there won't be another time. So this isn't a puzzle, Quaid. This is just talk to spirit animal type thing. Okay, let's see if we can find something to do. We might as well just fall all the way down. Like I said, there's no fall damage, so we don't have to worry. So let's fly further north to where I've not been, and hopefully we can find a temple or something to explore. Let's try and find the bear spirit. So we just want to head north, essentially, I think. Because I don't think there is any temples on this area. Not that I could tell. Like I said, you can see stuff like this. The remnants of a giant fight. All these kind of spirit people. Arrgh! Fighting away. It's all very, very simple. I mean, a lot of the models are reused. I swear I've seen the same poses over and over again of these ghostly spirits. But we've got the downed giant bird. I can't tell whether it's a statue or one of the spirit animals or what. And you will occasionally see these kind of little aviaries, which essentially acts as our respawn point. If you exit out and save and that, whichever one you're closest to is where you'll respawn back in. So let's head further north. It's getting a little chilly, so this is probably why the bear spirit... Oh, here's the twin-tail foxes I was telling you about. Yeah. Right, let's head north. So I presume... Oh no, we're right on the edge of the map there. Okay, let's head this way a little then. And up. Oh, that giant dome type one. Let's see if that will do it. If that's a temple over there. We get a bit of speed by flapping, but like I said, it's mostly about diving and then pulling up. Hollow peaks. Trudging through the snow. And what do you guys have to say? It's just ahead. We're almost there. Where is this cave? So presumably the cave they're talking about is... Looks like it's frozen solid. So we may have to take flight to do a little more exploring. I see a faint glow over there. Can you see that? Let's go check it out. There we go. This looks like a cave we can explore. Also, the icicle's supposed to scare us. Is there nasty critters in here? Like I said, I've not come across any, enemies. Anything that can actually hurt us. So I wouldn't expect anything. And I think I've already mentioned, I've got a feeling this game's relatively short. I've played about, probably about 2 hours worth now. And like I said, I think we're like a third of the way through. We're gazing into the abyss, apparently, according to the achievement that's just popped up. Ooh. Is there anything in here we can actually look at, interact with? Doesn't look like it. No. People just praying to a hole in the sky. Okay. No bear spirit in here, unfortunately. So I will say occasionally there's kind of slightly odd, collision elements, but it's the typical kind of thing you find with some kind of these 3D Unity games. Yeah, colliding with objects and platforms and that. It glitches slightly, but it's not, too detrimental to it. I mean, I've had a lot worse experiences. So, let's have a look at the map. Is there any clear... Well, that island to the north of us has to be the biggest island, which will probably have a temple on it. So if we do turn around and go in this direction, I'm guessing they look like weapons of war, giant trebuchets. Yes, there's a lot of kind of... Yeah, we're going to have a land here and find out what these guys... There we go, what do you have to say? Heave! The God King demands more rocks for his mechanical beasts! It's your heads if it doesn't get them. So they're, yeah, heaving these giant rocks about. And is that the island we're supposed to look for? Yeah, that's the one. Just about make it out. Presumably you guys can make it out in the video as well. But I've got a feeling... I'm going for the glowing lights. Oh, oh! We slipped off the edge. But you can normally recover fairly easily. Is there anything above? No. I think it's that bit in the middle. Dive, dive, dive. Is this anything? No. Oh. Circling round is a little slow. Oh. There we go. This is a cave. This has got to be where the bear spirit is. Hopefully we can solve some puzzles and get his emblem. I would hope. Like I said, the slightly slow loading times. Admittedly, I think I've got this on my mechanical drive. I haven't got it on the SSD. So it may load a little quicker on SSDs. Cave of Harmony. So what do you guys have to say? Ooh! It's an actual bear spirit! Okay. Is there anything up on this platform over here? So, like any exploration game, it pays to have a little wander around. Yeah, I was supposed to come this way. So clearly we're going to have to hit another couple of these. Yeah, there we go. This is what we're supposed to do. There's another. Yeah. Clearly these are buttons for opening up whatever it is. Can we make that jump? Let's see. Ring all the bells. Well, that was easy enough. Well, that was a lot quicker than the first kind of challenge temple thing I had to deal with. Ooh. The snow's a tad deep here. We're well and truly submerged. Okay, let's go over there. Like I said, I doubt there would have been any danger if we had fallen down, because there's a giant slope up. Unless this lake shatters and breaks beneath us. But there you go. We didn't even have to run across a stumbling block. We automatically did all the puzzles. Yeah, that would have just been a way up again. Take key. So we don't even get to talk to the bear spirit. We just get his key, do we? Maybe we get a little cutscene? No. Anything else to look at? I can't see anything. No. Well, that was a little anticlimactic. I was expecting a big dramatic story plot point. It's the last... Well, I say it was certainly a bigger temple. We got to speak to one of the creatures, though we can see a couple of floating tails up there. So our foxy friend is back again. What do you have to say? My friend, the little wanderer, found her way to the far north. Aren't you cold? Even I can feel the chill through my fur. Might be the hot-bloodedness of humans. Well, at least you made the air shimmer in here. Like the stars at the roof of the world, where the air is crisp and clear and storms never rage. A key in the ice to break ice once more. Go west, go north, but don't freeze to death as other creatures before you. So it's basically giving us directions where we need to head next. So I will start wrapping it up now, but we will make that journey to the west and the north. And the north will remember. And I'm having a reasonable amount of fun with this. Like I said, it is available on PC, PS4 and Xbox One as of today. And if you want to check it out for yourself, I will leave a link in the description so you can find out more information. I'm not sure on price because I'm seeing different prices all over the place. I haven't got anything listed for PC. I noticed on the Xbox store it was like £11, so I think it's going to be close to like $15. And then on the PlayStation store it was what was it? It was £15, so it's probably going to be about $20 there. So it seems to vary wherever you go, though I would imagine it's going to be somewhere in that kind of $15 to $20 mark. So I don't know, for the amount of game time there may be, I'm guessing it's probably 5 to 6 hours long, if that. So you'll have to make a call yourself whether you're willing to spend that much on, you know, what would be classed as a reasonably short game, but it's very pretty. It's quite easy going. I will say it's not going to tax you too much, but it's one you just explore and appreciate its beauty and simplicity. I mean, there are kind of slight hints to stuff like Journey in here. I mean, if you like just games you can kind of drift off with, I mean, you almost go into autopilot while you're flying around. Though I will say I'm playing on gamepad because, you know, navigating the airways with a analog stick certainly feels a lot more natural. On keyboard, you have to suddenly switch between, well, pressing W will send you forward, but if you're flying, W sends you downwards, because it automatically inverses into, like, flight mode. So you will have to make that manual shift in your brain if you're playing on keyboard and mouse, but it plays kind of effortlessly on both gamepad and keyboard. And let's head into this temple. Presumably this is where the bear spirit lives, and this is where the next icon, key, tablet, whatever it is we're supposed to collect 3 of, to save the world from the void and whatever the God King has got up to. But yes, like I said, if you are interested, there will be a link in the description below. And if you've enjoyed this first impression... Oh, it's little frozen fishes. If you've enjoyed this first impressions, you know what to do. Give us a like. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos like this, obviously hit that subscribe button. It's too dark to see anything. So we're basically going to have to light some torches to be able to see anything. Okay, well, we can kind of do that. That should be relatively straightforward. Presumably this is a button we can activate. Use. There we go. Now we should be able to read whatever that is. Oh, and there's a statue in here. Milady. Can't interact with anything, so it's not that important. Oh, and there's 3 glowing things. So they're obviously 3 keys we need to open up whatever that giant door is. Yeah, it's giant stones on chains, so that's how we get through there. So there's this is like the last temple I was in. 3 parts to the puzzle. So if you want to check it out, like I said, link in the description. If you want to see more of this, do let me know. I may do this carry on with this on a stream, either on Twitch or on YouTube here. So do let me know if you want to see that. But until next time, folks, I've been John. This has been AER Memories of Old. And I will see you guys next time. In the beginning, there was the dreamer, asleep in cold eternity. She dreamed all there is. She dreamed a veil, and behind the veil she dreamed the creator and the world, modelled from a memory of home. The creator danced into the world. There he breathed the clouds and sang the sun and moon into being. As he danced between the clouds, he took 4 steps and so made the lands of the north, the west, the south and the east. Then he formed the mountains and filled the seas with water from the clouds. And from the earth and water he made animals so land and sea would be alive. From stardust and eternity he made gods to walk the lands and look after the world.